So I said, I've had enough of this love now. And every time I see your face, it's enough now. And you're too strong, I'm at a loss, still alone here. And days go by, no reasons why. A million words, and you're still not mine. But we are worlds apart, and I know cannot be so.
I should be at home even though I don't get on at home. It's not up to this sort of, members of the family to look after me. So I went back home. There wasn't enough room in the house, so I lived in a caravan in my parents' backyard for basically a year and a half, I think. And that was very tough because they didn't really acknowledge the fact that I was very unwell because I didn't look unwell. I just couldn't really do much. And I had loads of little brothers and sisters, and they were kind of my sort of social life, but it was very, very tough. I was very isolated in the sort of countryside of my caravan.
Yeah, I mean, it's an extraordinary thing. There's a lot of people in this school that I'm sure have felt that sense of isolation, like there's no one to support them. But to be, I guess you're what, 18, 19 years old at the time?
Yeah.
To be at that point basically living in a caravan at the bottom of the garden in the middle of nowhere, with no life outside of that because you can't really do anything. So, and I mean, that life doesn't get much worse than that, quite honestly.
Yeah, but that would have been okay if my family had acknowledged what I was going through, or at least try to help. And that what was even
helped,
what was even, stuff like I realised, started doing a bit more reading, realised the importance of. I was then diagnosed with chronic fatigue. That was about 7 months after actually the sort of glandular fever, maybe a bit 8 or 9 months or whatever it was. It was around that sort of time, and so I then focused on my diet, pacing, routines, and everything. And I tried to see another specialist, and all this sort of stuff I was doing off my own back.
And it's worth explaining. I know you remember you telling me when you used to go and see specialists that there was no one to take you, so you'd have to keep stopping the car to sleep.
Yeah.
To basically try.
I'd sleep in lay-bys and get there. And when I'd arrived there, I remember going to the Breakspear sort of hospital, and everyone was there with their friends, their families, and it was just me. It just made the situation a lot harder than it probably needed to be, because it is very isolating, it's very lonely.
So what you're doing here, spending your time alone with me? Is this how you are? Was this meant to be? Can't you see what's happening here? Or am I just falling on my own?
I went off Optimum Health Clinic wages and went on 2 jobs. I was working about 12 hours a day. I was working for a PR company, just doing office, or getting paid £80 a day, which was awesome. And then I was a race director for a go-kart company in the evening as well, and I did that for about 3 evenings a week just to raise the funds. Did that for about 3 months, raised enough money, and then shot off to Australia.
Just to stop it, it's amazing how you went from, I don't know if it was 6 months or 9 months, it was something like that you went from basically struggling to do a couple half days a week, whatever it was, to working more than full time.
This love, can you feel my love?
So Simon, you've just come back from Siberia.
Sorry, Al, what was that?
You've just come back from Siberia.
Yeah. Tough to hear you with all this gear on. Yeah, just got back and had a great expedition. Loved it. Great trip. Yeah.
So you motorbiked 2,500 kilometres.
Yep.
Minus 35 degrees.
Yep.
Through ice and snow.
Yeah.
Unsupported.
Yeah.
There was a reason?
Yeah, just the challenge and the adventure. It was a great challenge and an adventure. We raised over £1,700 for the Epsom Health Clinic Foundation, and really tested me and my teammate Dave, both mentally and physically. And it was a really great achievement, I think.
And having been through your immensely kind of challenging journey with MECFS, well, your kind of lowest point where, you know, life was obviously a huge struggle for you.
Yeah.
Would you ever believed you could do something like this?
No, to be honest, I've always wanted to, I've always dreamt, and that's why I feel immense sort of relief and just satisfaction at the moment that I've now finally done it. But no, when I was, never would have thought. All my mates were going from doing amazing challenges, rowing the Atlantic, swimming the Channel, and I was never able to take part. So yeah, this has been great.
So, and on this kind of adventure, what was the kind of the hardest moment, or the kind of point where you kind of thought, man, we're going to get through this? Because I know there were a few moments like that.
There's loads actually, not just a few. I think one of the most scariest and entertaining at the same time was when Dave, my teammate, got his lip stuck to. We had a crossbow, just obviously to defend herself against bears. We found out they were all hibernating at this time anyway, but anyway, had the crossbow.
Did your research?
Did the research, obviously no research, and Dave went to blow the snow off the crossbow and his lips got stuck to the metal sight. So at minus sort of 25, everything starts freezing the metal, and then he put his tongue out to get rid of it, and his tongue stuck. So there's two things, and he's sort of, sorry, so like that. And obviously in that situation, you're like, whoa, okay, what do you do if he rips it off? I said, don't rip it off, because it might rip his whole lip off. So I ran, luck was boiling some snow, and obviously got the snow turned into water and poured it over his lip, and he lost a tiny bit of his lip, but it was nothing compared to what he would have lost.
And was a boiling of water on his lip and his tongue?
Well, yeah, by the time you stop boiling it, and then I put a bit of snow in it to make it lukewarm. I wasn't trying to scald him. I wasn't trying to have another problem.
I was going to say, if it frozen on to kind of burnt off.
Trust me, I'm the guy in danger. No, I know how to deal with it. Yeah, I'd watch the Bear Grylls video and how to deal with that situation.
So that was a preparation.
Preparation, Bear Grylls videos.
I'm glad you're prepared.
Yeah, very good.
So I'm also, I guess I'm curious, as you know, your journey with MECF was obviously also immensely challenging. Yeah. But yet, in comparison to this, I'm guessing this was kind of a walk in the park. I'm kind of assuming compared, just because it was you were ill for 7 years, I think. Yeah. This was like 7 days. Yeah. You know, but I'm curious as to how that compared.
Yeah, 11 days, but yeah.
11 days.
Nothing compares to being ill and the uncertainty and the worry and the confusion you feel.
And also the physical symptoms as well. I mean, like from the muscle pain to the...
I've sort of taken that as a given that people watching this video probably understand the suffering you go through. But that I'd far rather be in a situation of extreme sort of cold, and where you can actually, when you feel like you know how to get out of it. The scariest thing, until I read your book and obviously came to the clinic, is not knowing, how to interpret the symptoms, how to deal with all that. That was scarier than anything I've faced in Siberia, to be honest. Yeah. So I think it's mentally made me stronger to deal with, I suppose, real extreme challenges. I think, that's what I think.
Yeah, and I'm curious as to what this challenge meant to you. In terms of, a kind of final chapter in your kind of proving to yourself where you are now in your health and your life.
Yeah, I mean, because it's an extreme challenge rather than just a normal healthy challenge. It was a big sort of monkey off my back to say, final chapter, I can now do these things I've sort of dreamt of doing. And that took a bit of courage to take that leap. Yeah. And I feel great because of that.
So and kind of final leap of faith in some ways.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you're doing stuff which your mates have done, and they're sort of super fit and strong, and now actually, wow, I didn't think I'd ever get to the stage of doing stuff like they've done. So it's been brilliant. Yeah.
So I'm curious what the future holds now, having been through your kind of journey of MECFS. You've just done this crazy challenge.
Yeah.
What's next for you?
I'm off to another extreme hot this time. I'm off to Abu Dhabi.
Well, you've got the jacket for it.
Got the jacket. I'm going to lose some of the clothing. Off to Abu Dhabi in a month to work out there, and hopefully some more adventures, which I'll keep you guys posted on and raise some more money for you guys. So it's exciting times.
But I feel so much better now, and it's all coming clear. 'Cause I know I'm close, I know I'm near, and I feel like I've been released from all this hurt, this pain that I've had. 'Cause I know I'm close, I know